Welcome to my channel. So in this video we are going to see the problem related to Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. Okay. So what is first we should know what is mean by Thevenin's theorem and what is Norton's theorem in circuit analysis we have to discuss. Then using this Thevenin's and Norton's theorem we are going to solve one problem. Okay. So what is Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem means? So the Thevenin's theorem means according to this Thevenin's theorem, any linear bilateral network can be replaced by the Thevenin's voltage in series with the Thevenin's resistance. Okay, so that is you take it as an example for this circuit. So any complex circuit, okay, so any complex circuit with a number of voltage sources, current sources with some resistance in either series or parallel, anything. So any complex circuit, we can replace it with one voltage source. That voltage source, name it called as a Thevenin's voltage source in series with one equivalent resistance. Okay, so that is the equivalent diagram of that Thevenin's theorem. Okay, so any complex network can be replaced by one single voltage source in series with one resistance RTH. It is called as the Thevenin's theorem. Okay, then what is Norton's theorem means? So any complex network, okay, any linear bilateral complex network with multiples of voltage sources, current source with resistance in any structure, it can be replaced by a single current source. Okay, a single current source in parallel with the resistance. It is called as the Norton's theorem. Okay, so usually the Thevenin's model. Okay, usually the Thevenin's model means one voltage source in series with you. Okay, you see this is the Thevenin's equivalent diagram of the given circuit. So one voltage source VTH is in series with RTH. Okay, so according to the Norton's theorem, so the diagram that can be replaced by one current source, Norton's current source IN in parallel combination with RN. Okay, so the Thevenin's theorem, okay, Thevenin's equivalent circuit is a voltage source model, and this Norton's theorem is a current source model. Okay, so current source model. So we may convert this voltage source model into current source model using the source transformation technique also. Okay, that is the thing. So first one, so what is the problem we are going to see means, so the question is derive the Thevenin's and the Norton's equivalent circuit across the terminal A and B. Okay, so this is a May 2019 question and 13 mark question. Okay, so for the same circuit we have to obtain Thevenin's equivalent diagram and Norton's equivalent diagram. Okay, so first one we are going to solve this problem in Thevenin's equivalent. Okay, using Thevenin's theorem. So you know the Thevenin's theorem. So according to Thevenin's theorem, this network, okay, so this network across the terminal A and B, it can be replaced by the Thevenin's voltage VTH in series with the Thevenin's resistance RTH. Okay, this is the thing. And how to calculate this VTH means, this Thevenin's voltage, it is also called as open circuited voltage across the terminal A and B. Okay, so this Thevenin's voltage is nothing but a open circuited VOC. OC means open circuited voltage across this terminal A and B. Okay, and what is Thevenin's resistance? RTH means, RTH is nothing but what is the total resistance? Okay, that is equivalent resistance across the terminal A and B. It is called as the Thevenin's resistance. Okay, so in this thing, so first step is we have to find the value of VTH. Okay, VTH means Thevenin's voltage. Okay, so Thevenin's voltage or VOC. So VOC means open circuited voltage across the terminal A and B. So the first step is so here the question is we have to draw the we have to obtain the Thevenin's equivalent across the terminal A and B. Okay, so this A and B terminal is already open circuited. Okay, open circuited. So in some problem in this A and B, there will be a load resistance is there. So we have to remove the load and we have to make it as this open circuit A and B. So here already it is this terminal A and B is open circuited. Okay, so we have to measure the voltage across this open circuited terminal A and B. That is said to be the VTH. So this is the given diagram. So but now we have to calculate the open circuited voltage across the terminal A and B. According to this diagram, you see what is the voltage across A and B. So the voltage across A and B, it is nothing but a voltage across the 5 ohm resistor. Okay, according to this diagram, voltage across this 5 ohm resistor is nothing but a voltage across the terminal A and B. So by using any method, either mesh analysis, nodal analysis, or any KVL branch current method, so we have to calculate the voltage across this 5 ohm resistor. That is the thing. Okay. But here you see, so how many loops are there in the given circuit? There are 2 loops. Okay. So this is one loop, this is one loop. Okay. In this loop, one current source is there. Okay. This is said to be the current source of value 2 amps. Okay. And this is a one voltage source 12 volt and resistance 4 ohm, 8 ohm and 5 ohm. So here there are 2 meshes are there. So we may consider current flowing in the first mesh, it is a I1, and the current flowing in the second mesh, it is said to be the I2. Okay, so how to mark this current direction means, so you see the this battery. So according to this battery, this is plus, this one is minus. So always current emerging from the battery. So it is said to be the I2. Okay, and here the current source is there. So you see the current source direction upwards. Okay, that is clockwise. So the current flowing in this mesh, it is said to be the I1 in clockwise. So according to this diagram, so what about the value of I1? The current I1 flowing in this mesh is said to be the this current source value 2 amps. Okay, so directly we can calculate the value of I1. So the I1 value is it is a 2 amps. Okay, so we have to write one more equation. So one more equation for this loop. Okay, so you see this loop. So for this loop, we have to write KVL equation. So according to the KVL equation, so you start from here. What is the voltage source? Minus to plus, it is said to be the voltage rise. So the sum of voltage rise is equal to sum of voltage drop. Okay, you know. So the 12 is equal to 4 into what is the current flowing through this 4 ohm resistor? Okay, this 4 ohm is common for first loop and second loop. So the current flowing through this 4 ohm resistor is actually, so the I2 current flowing from bottom to top, and I1 current is flowing from top to bottom. So that's why what is the current? 4 into I2 minus I1. Okay, we are writing KVL equation for loop 2. So that's why you have to consider the first current as this I2 current. So 4 into I2 minus I1. Then when we are coming here, 8 ohm resistor is there. What is the current flowing through this 8 ohm resistor? I2. So 8 into I2. Okay. Then plus 5 into I2. The current flowing through this 5 ohm resistor is 5 into I2. Then when we are coming here, again here one 8 ohm resistor is there. Current flowing through 8 ohm resistor is I2. So 8 I2. Okay. So the sum of voltage drop is equal to sum of voltage rise. Okay. So 12 equal to this one. So we have to collect I1 term and I2 term. So this is minus 4 into I1, and the remaining all the terms are I2 terms. Okay, you just add. So 4 plus 8 plus 5 plus 8. So the answer is 25 into I2. Okay, so this is the equation number 1. Okay, and from this first loop, so directly we can write the value of I1 as this current source value. Okay, this current source, this is the current source. So that's why this current source value, this current is always flowing through this loop. So the value of I1 is directly we can write it as a 2 amps. Okay. So substituting the value of I1 in above equation. So this I1 term is eliminated. So we will get 12 equal to minus 4 into the I1 value is 2 amps plus 25 into I2. Okay. So you rearrange it. From this we have to find out the value of I2. So what is the value of I2? So it is 20 divided by the 25. It is 0.8 amps. Okay. So the current flowing through this second loop, it is said to be the I2. So the I2 value we calculated. Okay, what is our aim? Our aim is to find out Thevenin's voltage. What is Thevenin's voltage? The Thevenin's voltage is nothing but open circuited voltage across the terminal A and B. Okay, so you see the diagram. In the diagram, what is the voltage across the terminal A and B? Voltage across the terminal A and B is nothing but the parallelly this A is connected here, the B point is here. So voltage across this 5 ohm is nothing but a VAB. Okay, so voltage across this 5 ohm resistor. So what is the voltage across the 5 ohm resistor? Current flowing through the 5 ohm resistor multiplied with the 5. So I2 into 5. So the I2 value we calculated as 0.8. So we will get the answer. The VTH is equal to 4 volt. Okay, so the Thevenin's voltage is calculated. So first step over. Okay, then the second step is to we have to find Thevenin's equivalent resistance RTH. Okay, so what is Thevenin's equivalent resistance means? The resistance, the total resistance across the terminal A and B. Okay, the total resistance of this complete circuit across the terminal A and B, it is said to be the Thevenin's resistance. Okay, so during the calculation of this Thevenin's resistance, we have to replace all voltage sources and current source. That is, we have to deactivate all voltage sources and current sources. Okay, but if you are making voltage source value as 0 means the voltage sources are short circuited, and the current source is 0 means the current sources are open circuited. Okay, but now we will get the diagram like this. Okay, you see, so in series with the 4 ohm resistor, here one voltage source, there will be a voltage source. So we have to short circuit the voltage source. Okay, so before that there is one current source will be there. That current source is open circuited. Okay, so during the calculation of equivalent resistance, we have to short circuit the voltage source and we have to open circuit the current source. Okay, so now we will get the diagram like this. So this is the terminal A and B. So now across this terminal A and B, we have to find the total resistance value. Okay, so we have to reduce this network from the opposite direction. But you see this 8 ohm, 4 ohm, 8 ohm. These three resistance are connected in series combination. But we have to add these three resistance into single resistance. Okay, so 8 plus 4 plus 8. Okay, so we will get one resistance value. It is 20 ohms. Okay, so that 20 ohm is parallelly connected with this 5 ohm resistor. So what is the RTH value? The RTH is 20 parallel combination of 5. So what is the formula? 20 into 5 divided by 20 plus 5. So the answer for RTH is 4 ohms. Okay, so the RTH value we calculated. This is the second step. Okay, and the third step is to we have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So according to the Thevenin's theorem, any complex circuit, it can be replaced by only two components. Okay, what is the first component? The VTH, Thevenin's voltage source. Okay, in series with Thevenin's resistance. Okay, that is the thing. So what is the Thevenin's voltage we are calculating? We calculated the VTH value as a 4 volt. Okay, we have tried. And what is the value of RTH? It is a 4 ohms. Okay, so we have to draw the terminal A and B. So this is the Thevenin's equivalent circuit of the given complex circuit. Okay, this is the Thevenin's model for the given complex circuit. So this is the procedure to solve the problem in Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Okay, so you understand. So I will recall the step. So the first step is to we have to find VTH. Okay, the other name of VTH is said to be open circuited voltage. Okay, open circuited voltage across the terminal, across the open circuited terminal A and B. Okay, why the name is open circuited voltage means we have to measure the voltage across the open circuited terminal A and B. Okay, that's why the name is called as VOC. Okay, so by in the given diagram, across the terminal A and B, we have to measure voltage. According to this one, the VTH is nothing but voltage across 5 ohm. If you want to find out the voltage across 5, we have to find the current flowing through this 5 ohm resistor. Okay, by using mesh analysis, we solve the problem. So it is the first step. Okay, then the second step is to we have to obtain the Thevenin's equivalent resistance. While calculating this Thevenin's equivalent resistance, we have to deactivate all voltage sources and current sources. Okay, only there will be a resistance, only there will be a impedance is there. Okay, so we have to, if the voltage sources are there means we have to short circuit the voltage source. If current sources are there means we have to open circuit the current source. Okay, so that's why we will get the diagram like this. So using series parallel combination, you just find the total resistance across the terminal A and B. So we will get the answer. Okay, then the third step is to we have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent diagram. So what does Thevenin's equivalent diagram means? The Thevenin's voltage in series with the Thevenin's resistance. Okay, it is said to be the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Okay, this is the first thing. And that is next one. we are going to solve the problem using Norton's theorem also. Okay, so what is Norton's theorem? This Thevenin's model is a voltage source model. The Norton's theorem is a current source model. Okay, that is the thing. So from the if we are having one Thevenin's equivalent circuit, means we can change this Thevenin's equivalent circuit into Norton's equivalent circuit according to the voltage source to current source transformation. Okay, so already the source transformation technique we discussed in the previous videos. Okay, so using the source transformation technique, we may convert the voltage source in series with some resistance into the current source parallel with the resistance. Okay, so directly we can write about how the voltage source 4 volt in series with the 4 ohm resistor, it can be converted into the current source in parallel with the same resistance 4 ohm. But now what is the value of the current source? The current source is nothing but this voltage source divided by the resistance value. So 4 divided by 4, 1. Okay, so this Norton's current source value is 1 amps, and this Norton's resistance is, it is same as that of the RTH. Okay, it is the 4 ohm resistor. Okay, so that is one thing. Okay, that is directly we can convert Thevenin's equivalent circuit into Norton's equivalent circuit. Okay, that is the one thing. But here using as per procedure, we are going to solve the same problem in Norton's theorem. Okay, so what is Norton's theorem means? So already I said the Norton's theorem means any complex linear bilateral network, it can be replaced by one short circuited current source. Okay, or Norton's current source, IN. Okay, IN or ISC. Why this current source value is called as SC means it is a short circuit current source. Okay, we have to find this Norton's current during this terminal A and B is short circuited condition. That's why the name is called as short circuited current. Okay, so a short circuited current source in parallel with Norton's equivalent resistance. Okay, this is the Norton's theorem. Okay, so what is the calculation of this Norton's resistance means? This Rn is same as that of the calculation of RTH. Okay, so the RTH value and the Rn value are same. Okay, while calculating the Rn value, we have to follow the same procedure for the RTH. So the RTH value directly for this problem, we have to take it as a Rn. Okay, and now we have to find out the value of Norton's current source. So in this theorem, we have to follow the 3 steps. What is the first step? We have to find the Norton's current source value, that is IN or ISC. Okay, IN means Norton's current. During the calculation of this Norton's current, the terminal A and B is short circuited. That's why this current is called as short circuited current. Okay, short circuited current. This is the first step. So the second step is to, we have to find out the value of Rn. What is Rn? Norton's equivalent resistance. Okay, what is the third step? We have to draw the equivalent diagram. That's all. Okay, so the first step we have to follow. So during the calculation of this Norton's current source, so across which terminal we are going to draw the equivalent diagram, that 2 terminal must be short circuited. Okay, that is the one thing. Okay, in Thevenin's during the calculation of Thevenin's voltage, that 2 terminal A and B must be open circuited. Okay, but in this Norton's theorem, this terminal A and B must be short circuited. Okay, so you take one wire, we have to short circuit this terminal A and B. Okay, so across this A and B, what is the current flowing? That current we are calling it as a Norton's current. Okay, so now you calculate the current flowing through this branch. That current we are calling it as a Norton's current. Okay, this is the thing. So you see, so this is the diagram. So in the diagram, we are short circuiting the terminal AB. Now we have to calculate the current flowing in this branch. Okay, so but now you see, so here this short circuited path is parallelly connected with one resistance. Okay, so already you know the behavior of short circuit. What is mean by short circuit? In short circuit, current flowing is maximum. Okay, that is the resistance of the short circuit is 0. The resistance of short circuit is 0. So open circuit means voltage across the open circuit is 0. Okay, that is sorry. current flowing in the open circuit is 0. Voltage across the open circuit is maximum. Okay, that is the thing. So in the open circuited terminal, the resistance value is infinity. In short circuited condition, the resistance value is 0. But here, one 0 ohm resistor parallelly connected with a 5 ohm resistor. But what is the answer? So how to calculate the parallel combination? So the two value must be multiplied and we have to divide by the added value. Appa 5 into 0 divided by 5 plus 0. What is the answer? 0. Okay. So a short circuit parallel combination with any resistance, what is the resulting thing? It's a short circuit. You see, one resistant parallel combination with one short circuit means the answer is short circuit. Okay, this is the thing. But now this diagram, so we have to replace this 5 ohm resistor by short circuit. But now we have to find the current flowing in the short circuited terminal. Okay, so you see the diagram, but this diagram is having two loops. Okay, so we may solve this using mesh analysis. Okay, so we may use nodal analysis or any method. So here I am going to use the method mesh analysis. But here this current you just consider as a I1. The current flowing in the second loop you just consider as a I2. Okay, so you know the same procedure. Okay, in Thevenin's model we are using what is the value of I1? According to this diagram, the I1 value is the current source 2 amps. Okay, it is known, and we have to write the KVL equation for this loop. Okay, upper right KVL equation for this loop. What is that equation? 12 equal to 4 into I1, 4 into I2 minus I1. Okay, while writing second loop equation, we have to write the first this loop current minus that loop current. Okay, so I2 minus I1, then plus 8 into I2. Okay, here no resistance is there. When we are coming here, 8 into I2. Okay, so you collect I1 term and I2 term. Okay, so already from loop 1, I1 value is 2 amps. So substitute this I1 value in above equation. In above equation, we will get 12 equal to minus 4 into 2 plus 20 into I2. So from this, we calculated the I2 value is 1 amps. Okay. So you see, what is now our aim is to find out the current flowing in this branch. What is the current flowing in this branch? It is nothing but a I2. So here, the Norton's current and this loop, second loop current I2, both are same. Okay, so the Norton's current and I2 currents are same. But from this one, we calculated the Norton current. So the Norton current is 1 amps. Okay, and the second step is we have to find the Norton's equivalent resistance. Okay, so while calculating the Norton's equivalent resistance is nothing but the Thevenin's equivalent resistance. Okay, same procedure we have to follow. In the given diagram, we have to replace the voltage source by short circuit, the current source by open circuit. Okay, so we have to follow the same procedure. Okay, the same thing. This Thevenin's equivalent resistance, Norton's equivalent resistance, both are same. Okay, so we will get the diagram like this. So these three resistance are connected in series, which is in connected with parallel to with this 5 ohm. So what is the value of RTH? 4 ohm. So the same value, the RTH value is nothing but a RN value of 4 ohms. Okay, what is the third step? So third step, we have to draw the Norton's equivalent diagram. In Norton's equivalent diagram, what is Norton's equivalent diagram? The current source, the Norton's current source parallelly connected with Norton's resistance or Thevenin's resistance. Okay, what is the value of Norton's current source? 1 amps. What is the value of Norton's resistance? 4 amps. Okay, so this is the equivalent diagram. This is the Norton's equivalent diagram. Okay, so already I said we can directly convert. Okay, if the Thevenin's equivalent circuit means using source transformation technique, this Thevenin's equivalent circuit may be converted into Norton's equivalent circuit. Okay, but what is a source transformation technique? So the voltage source in series with resistance can be converted into current source in parallel with the same resistance. Okay, so this resistance RTH is nothing but RN. What is the value of this IN? This IN is nothing but this voltage divided by the resistance. So 4 divided by 4, it is 1 amps. 1 amps. Okay, so we will get the same answer. Okay, this is said to be the Norton's equivalent diagram. Okay, so I think you understand. Okay, thank you.